Okay. All right. Well, welcome to our hot topic for Monday, March 16th. It's almost St. Patrick's Day, so that's a fun thing. Anybody wearing green on this call? Sherry is. Sherry, do you have on green? Is Sherry Vernon wearing green? I can't tell.
No, it's blue.
Oh, it is. It's just the lighting. All right. Well, tomorrow we're all going to wear our green. Okay. So I want to set a few things straight. And for those of you who have not been a part of some of the leader conversations, I want to give you an update of where we are so far. So let me mute everyone. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. Let me do a quick mute all. And then you can unmute, of course, as always, to comment and when we get down to brass tacks. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is this will run its course. And, you know, it might get a little scarier or more nerve-wracking before it gets better, but it's going to get better. And I really believe that when it gets better, it's going to get so much better. So, you know, all these closings are to keep people well. It's not because everybody is already sick. Some people are, but, you know, and it feels so dire, but it's out of precaution and caution and to flatten that curve. And so in most areas, I don't recommend doing live parties at all. And that, you know, coming out of my mouth, it's really something. I actually am supposed to be doing a live party on Thursday here in my area. And I need to talk to her tomorrow because there are 15 people coming. And I don't want to do it. So, because we want to spread the sparkle, not spread the problem, right? So our core business is live parties, but in reality, think about it, our core business is connecting women. It's giving women an excuse to have fun together. It's giving them a chance to enhance their wardrobe with sparkle, to get some for free. And we can do all these things in the virtual community. And in fact, I think we can do them even better in some ways virtually. And now we actually have an opportunity to try it exclusively. And I believe that when we're done, we will have really learned something wonderful that's going to add to our businesses. You know, at the end of this, however many weeks it takes, I want us to look back and go, wow, we really learned some things, you know, and not just in life and, you know, personally, but in our business. I want us to come away with some really great new skill sets, maybe even some great new team members as well. So there's some key advantages to this concept of doing parties virtually. The first one is that parties without borders, which is kind of what I'm calling them, we can invite people from all over the country. You know, think about it. When you're doing a party down the street, they're mostly going to be focusing on inviting people who live within 10 miles, right? Think how fun it would be to do a party of your own and be able to invite your friend in Kansas City and your friend in LA and your friend wherever, right? We've not been able to really do that before and clearly get our message across. The second advantage is that we get to do parties with friends all over the country who we couldn't party with before. The third is that we're going to get to invite women to join our team who are really fantastic at this, at social media, and are well connected and need to make some money right now. They can make some money very quickly doing this, because think about it, it doesn't take long to put together a live online party. It's a little harder to convince people of that, of a short time frame when we're trying to do a live home party. But when it's a virtual party and everybody's home anyway, so excuse me, let me put her outside. You can go outside. Doggy. There you go. I don't know what she's barking at. Maybe there's a bear or something out there. Okay. So, you know, clear and we can encourage community and live connection with other women at a time when we most need it. And I think that is another key advantage, because it really isn't about selling jewelry. That'll come and that will happen, but it's really about providing fun and distraction and some structure to our lives and to theirs, and a lot of friendly faces. And that's really important. So some things I want you to think about. The first one is really great. The home office is in the middle of creating a whole buffet of memes, scripts, best practices, trainings that they're going to do for us this week on this whole new live online party. And because we want to be really good at it, right? We're going to find that Zoom and Facebook Live will be our best platforms, and we'll be talking about that a lot more over the next couple of days. Some of you got a chance to watch the live online party that I did using Zoom back on Friday night for Beyonce's Beauty and the Bling. It's listed under announcements on the Star Thrower team page. So if you're not on the Star Thrower team page, just message me afterwards and I'll add you to it. And you can watch what I did. I literally did the 5-part party presentation, and I changed up a couple of things to make sure that I was going to be able to connect individually with each person who was watching. And you know, I know that right now we're all pretty much in shock because none of us saw any of this happening. But in a couple of days, when things start to become a little more mundane, we're going to be doing a lot more planning, and so will everybody else. And it'll be the right time to reach out specifically to other people to see what they're interested in doing, you know, for parties and bookings and things like that. And I think the timing will be great with the company giving us all these tools, and other people will be ready for us to contact them. So my vision for myself. So if I'm going to be home for the next little while, I'm thinking to myself, well, how many live online parties do I want to do? I mean, they're going to take some time, each one, and some work. And do I want to do 5 a week? I mean, I would never go out the door and do 5 parties in a week, right? Down the street or in my town, but I could do 5 online parties a week if I could get them. So sure, why not? So what I'm going to do is make a list of my friends all over the country, even people who are sort of acquaintances through Facebook that I know, and we comment on each other's things. And those people who have a good circle of friends themselves, maybe they're on Facebook, maybe they're on Instagram a lot, and maybe they consider themselves to be influencers, some of them. But what I'm going to do is systematically start letting them know that we're testing a new way of doing business that helps women sparkle every day, that they'll get free jewelry, that their friends will have something fun to look forward to and to do from home one evening, that maybe they're going to be the first one to introduce their friends to something new from Swarovski, and that, you know, it would be a lot of fun. So that's what, so that's my personal plan for the next, you know, couple of days while we're waiting on all these tools that the company is creating for us. We're all going to have to learn a few new skill sets, but that's okay. You know, we were talking about this last night on the leader huddle. Some of us know how to use Zoom and Facebook Live, and some of us are new to it, but that's a good thing. And again, we want to come away from all of this, you know, after the fact and go, wow, I picked up a couple new skills. I gained some great new customers in other parts of the country that I never would have met. I performed great customer service for all of them. And, you know, we want to look at the opportunities and the upsides in all of this. And so that's what's key. So that's the crux of what I wanted to share tonight. But what thoughts and questions do you all have? And like I said, there's a lot more detail to come, not necessarily tonight, but over the next 48 hours or so. But what questions and ideas do you all have?
Betsy?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 things. Do you prefer like Zoom or Facebook Live, do you think, or it doesn't?
I personally prefer Zoom, but the only negative is that not everybody knows how to get onto Zoom. And so there's a little bit of an upside. My friend Heather Pillow, who is a top field person with Pure Romance, I got on her Evite list to something that she's doing, and the way she explains Zoom. And it was pretty basic, but she said, download the app before the night of the party, the online party, and test the link. And so that's, basically we have to have the guests test the link ahead of time to make sure that they can. And the other thing I think too is that when people are going to get on with us, if they're on Zoom, even if it's on Facebook Live, honestly, they're going to want to do it from their computers,
Right.
not from their phones. And I think we want to encourage just some of those little things like that are going to become important, so that if it's on their computer screen, they can see the jewelry, like when I'm holding it up close, they can see it really well, as opposed to if it's just on their phone, it's only a small screen. So there's just going to be some basics, but for me, it's going to be Zoom. For a lot of other people, it'll be Facebook Live. So, you might find your own groove.
Thank you. And my other question is, I spoke to Wendy today. What are your thoughts or opinion of us maybe doing like a joint party, like Wendy and I, or like 2 people in a team? Because we'll have different links, because we'll have different friend groups.
Like online?
Like say we did a Zoom party together.
Love it.
So yeah, because I'm inviting my friend, she's inviting her friends, so they have links. Yeah. And then it shows that there's like more, people on the Zoom, and there's more energy, and
sure.
So that's, because I saw your party the other night, and other than you, have it, which was great, because it doesn't matter who sends it to someone's text number, they still have our own individual links.
True. Yes.
Right. So it doesn't. So you think that could be a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And remember, part of why we're doing this is for our own mental health, right? So if you're doing it with your own upline, now how fun is that? That's even better, right? Because connection, this is all about connection for us. It's about income and it's about connection. So I think
I thought it would be a good way to kind of like test the waters too, if you have 2 people on a team that do it together.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Okay, thank you.
Very fun. Mm-hmm.
Betsy, I have a question. And I think Lori answered some of this the other night, but on Zoom, we all can't use your Zoom. We can see if you have an opening, but we all can't be using your Zoom. So I think what Lori said is that with Zoom, you can get one person on or a number of people up to like 45 minutes, but after that you get kicked off. What is it to get a Zoom, your own Zoom link? What does that run?
Is it
right now? There might be running specials because of the pandemic. Honestly, you might look. I paid $150, I think, for a year, but I paid it up front. You can pay it in installments. But if you get your party done in less than 40 minutes, then
actually $150 a year is not bad.
It's not. But if people wanted to,
what, $10 a month, $13 a month?
Oh,
it's not bad.
$15 a month.
Yeah.
100 participants. Gives you a personal meeting ID that you can create.
It's worth it.
Yeah, that's nothing, and that would be totally worth it. You can
and you write it off. So it's not like.
Yeah. I'm looking to see what larger. This is great. And here's the thing: it might be that you only need it for, I don't know, a month, right? So you've just spent $15 or $20 and gotten your own.
Yeah.
If you get it looks like their basic one is $14.99. If you get their business one, which is small to medium businesses, it allows a vanity URL. So in other words, you can create a URL that says www.zoom.wendy or something like that. I don't know, whatever it's whatever they call it. So, and company branding. You can do a lot for $20 using Zoom, and you can use it unlimited. So I think it's worth it. I really do. And then just practice with, just get on there and practice with somebody else calling in as well.
If you're paying less than that for your website, but you're probably going to be using the Zoom so much right now.
We'll use it a lot.
A lot. So it's so worth it.
I think that's a great point. Yeah, I agree. I had forgotten that you could do it month by month. I think I pay $99 a year because I've had it for almost since they opened their doors. I've used Zoom.
And they honestly might even be offering specials right now. Who knows?
Yeah, and if
Good idea.
if you look for a coupon code online, there might be one right now because everybody's having to get onto Zoom at this point. All the schools are using Zoom.
I was just curious because I know with the number of people you have on your team, you're not all going to be booking your Zoom page.
Yeah. And I'm okay. And Michelle is saying they're also Microsoft Teams, which is
thank you, Michelle, using our product.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Teams is awesome.
Teams? I've never heard of it.
So we just got briefed on it today because we can actually use it for the government in secure, like a FOUO situation.
Okay.
But it's interesting because you can, when you share your screen on Microsoft Teams, people can draw, like if they want to look at something, they can actually take a pencil and draw on it and highlight like a piece of jewelry or something like that. And who is the organizer will see that person and you can see what they're looking at. And so it's a little more interactive, supposedly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's basically replaced Skype for business.
Got it. That's cool. I've not even heard of that. That's really neat. So we've got some options, and for some people it'll be Facebook Live. The hard part about Facebook Live is that that people don't see each other's faces. And right now, I think we want the faces.
Yes.
Can I ask a question about Facebook Live?
Yeah.
So like, I know one of the businesses here uses it all the time, and maybe you went over it Friday. But like, I know I'm always out there after it's live, trying to watch it. So do you just track of people's comments and stuff, or have you lost that moment if you don't catch it live?
That's where I have struggled in doing these. You know, when we've done the Facebook Lives for the business opportunity, it's hard unless all I'm doing is posting a meme and a caption, and then I'm watching the comments. Even that is hard, and I don't think we're accomplishing what we want to accomplish, which is people seeing each other and meeting each other and chatting a little bit and learning together. And the other thing I wanted to tell you too is that the company is giving us content from Jill Marinelli, things that we can talk about that are value added during these parties. So when we do the dress the guest and we're dressing ourselves, we're going to have more to say. Actually, that'll be fun stuff that we don't normally do at a regular party because we want to add some value content to these things. Okay, just so you know, I forgot to tell you that part. And that's where, but Stephanie Biter was saying the other night, so let's pretend you're promoting this whole thing for the hostess on a Facebook event or in a Facebook group. We could go live at some point before we actually do the scheduled party, and using our phone, go live around our display and show what jewelry we have, so that that is posted live and it stays put in either the Facebook event or the little Facebook group that was created for the party. And that way people can see more of the jewelry. So that was a really good suggestion that Stephanie had.
So how would you do it if you were doing, like if we were doing a Zoom party now and you were doing it, would you just kind of turn your computer around so that they could see your display?
No, I would probably try to position myself in a way that I've got the jewelry sitting around me or maybe behind me. And, it takes some doing. Maybe it's between the kitchen counter and the island. I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to get creative on how to make this work because we're going to do it from our laptops, right? Not from our phones. But our phone is the thing that we can actually use to scan the jewelry. So I don't know. We're going to have to, y'all have to try to figure out like some creative solutions on how to do that. And maybe we have jewelry on stands. We've got jewelry sitting here on a stand and we show the stand, right? Like this and, that kind of thing. So, and Wendy, thank you for my birthday card. You and John. That was sweet. It's up there.
Did you just get it?
No. I forgot to tell you that. Hang on.
Oh.
Actually, it might be kind of cool to do demos
Or
or whatever.
To do what?
To do demos. Like my sister loves to demo the Chanel necklaces as a headband.
Yes,
That would be a
absolutely.
way that you
Yeah.
could interact and show the jewelry without having it on a stand or whatever. And
Yep. Yes.
I personally would love someone who's good at tying those cha-cha lariat thing, you know, different ways to do it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and maybe there's a way, you know, maybe we can get creative. I mean, depending on how many of these parties you have and where the hostess is, if she's somebody who owns some of the jewelry, she can sort of be, you can sort of show
wear
some
some
of
of
it
it.
herself. What's that?
Wear some for the Zoom.
Yeah. So if
Obviously.
she's wearing it and showing what her favorite things are, if she already owns some, or if she's not too far away and you have enough time, get her some jewelry that she could have to put on and demonstrate herself. So that thought just occurred to me.
How
You
far
are
ahead
great.
should we start, like a party on the 5th of April, and I have a couple of others in April. How far ahead should we start, like, talking to them about possibly doing a virtual party? Should we just kind of give it some time?
That's a great question.
I keep just hoping it's all going to go away.
I do too. I know. And I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, the gal for April 3rd wants it switched. I mean, I guess you could just say, you know, we have the option to make it virtual. Let's pick a date to decide. You know, maybe we decide 2 weeks from today, or I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know. Wendy, were you going to say something about that?
Well, they're starting curfews here. So we're not going to have a choice, because like Palm Beach now, the curfew's from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So unless your party's done and you're able to get home, which that's a half an hour away for me,
Yeah.
if you're not able to get home, you're not doing a party.
No,
So,
and if there were curfews, that means that we're still in lockdown mode and we wouldn't want to do one anyway. But
well, exactly. But what I'm saying is that now, because things are where they are, it's an answer to like Sherry's question. If you can get somebody to do, today's Monday, we've got election day here tomorrow. If you can get somebody to do party Wednesday night or Thursday, you can do it. Like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to have food. You don't have to have drinks.
Yeah.
You don't have to decorate. You don't have to clean. You don't have to stay home half a day.
Yeah.
All you have to do is pull your girlfriends together. Y'all can have your glass of wine or your soda water, whatever, and eat whatever you want, your pizza, whatever. And we're going to show you all our fun jewelry right here in front of you. And it's going to be interactive just like this, and you can talk to us, but you don't have
it doesn't have to be April 5th. It could be,
it can be this week. It can
on
be
Friday
2
night.
days instead of 10 days.
Yeah.
I was going to chime in because like we have, so I do Dragon Boat. That's one of my biggest things.
Yeah.
And we have a festival that's usually in May that's now been postponed to October. I'm trying for what they call the Olympics version of Dragon Boat to go to France. That's not until the end of August. They're already looking at, well, we may have to cancel that. So because it's so iffy as to when things are really going to be scheduled, I'm even hearing about some schools that are closed for the rest of the school year, and that's here in North Carolina. So if you're hearing that already, there's always that chance that it won't be where we have that lighten up curfew or whatever to do anything in 2 weeks. So I just wouldn't wait for it. I would just kind of get rolling.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Good thought. Good thought.
Has
Joanne?
Has there been any word about Glam Jam?
As of Thursday, when we all met, the plan is Glam Jam is on, and they are opening up registration later this week. Late July. Yeah. Joe?
Betsey, can I say something?
Yeah.
As far as the Facebook live parties, like an incentive to have other people join, like for every person that comes on, when they come on and they share it, on their Facebook page, like put their names in like a little dish or something, and at the end have a drawing,
Sure.
and somebody's, somebody might get a piece of, like the little the birthday bracelets or something, something
Sure.
simple.
Right.
And I wanted to ask about the ordering, like how are we doing this, whether it's Zoom or Facebook?
Mm-hmm. Right. You'll still have the regular normal shopping link for that hostess, just like always. The way that I was working, one of the ways I was working it when I did the virtual, the pretend party, was I told them that their special number is their birth month, so 1 through 12. And I held up a piece of paper that had my phone number on it. And I said, okay, here's my phone number. The 5th person that I get a text message from to this phone number with your first and last name and your special number on it is going to get free shipping tonight. So people were texting me their first and last name and their special number. And then when the party was over, as practice, I sent a message to them that included the shopping link and the link to the catalog. And then that allows me to already have, it's almost like being able to do checkout with them. And one of the things that I'll do with them is to say, like I mentioned in my presentation, I don't have a crystal ball. Would you like some information about Touchstone Crystal as a business, in case you're curious? So I'm doing the same thing that I would do if I were at a live checkout. I'm just doing it by text, individually. And then I was doing a little incentive, like a free shipping rebate, or I forget what I think I was doing a stretch bracelet for a drawing for all orders that were put in by midnight that night, to get urgency, not keeping the parties open for very long, just a couple days, that kind of thing. So, we're going to get creative. And it was funny though, because I was trying to do two messages to each person, and I had 6 people who were playing along with me. I was like getting myself all confused, and I thought, man, I better find a better system to do this. Like some auto text or whatever you call that, where you type out a whole message, but to that person, but instead all they have to type is message 1. And they get all the message 1 in their text message. So I don't have to type it, or copy paste it, that kind of thing. So anyway, it was just pretty funny. So just some things that, we're going to get good at. And, the way I look at this overall, ladies, is that if we do what we're asked to do, which is stay put, maybe this will blow over a whole lot faster. And we all get to do our part by keeping other people entertained and being our inspirational, encouraging selves, right? And one thing that's really good is that if we are forced to do that, we will have an easier time being that ourselves, and then we'll get through it, right? And then we're going to have a big, huge party when it's all over. We're all going to so celebrate. I'll tell you what, we're going to go, man, I had no problems. Once it's all behind us, that will be fantastic, because it will be behind us. It will. But we don't want to waste the time that it's, while it's all happening. So any other thoughts, ideas? Lots more information to come, lots more opportunities to learn over the next couple of days. So keep your eyes wide open. I think the company was targeting tomorrow to start putting out some of these concepts for the next best bling. Like, we can't do parties with you ladies in person, but the next best bling is live online parties. So lots of detail, lots of trainings, and what I would be doing is be thinking about who do you want to do these with all around the country. And even if you want to start teasing it on Facebook and Instagram, that's fine. It could be Crystals for a Cause, online parties. We already have memes for Crystals for a Cause. I put something on Instagram a few minutes before this call, just to put out a little, thought, some thinking, like we can do Crystals for a Cause fundraisers for maybe the local food bank in your area, because now we can do them anywhere we want. It doesn't have to just be in our town. So anyway, anything else y'all want to comment on? It's so good to see your faces. So appreciate it. And
I wish, wouldn't it be funny if Touchstone came out with like Swarovski crystal sanitizer containers?
Oh, I know.
Like, I think it could be funny.
Oh my God.
If we did that kind of thing. If we
Well,
bedazzled things.
Bedazzle it all. So here's what's really funny, Lori. I don't know if you heard Mitch Strominger. So Mitch is Jacqueline Strominger's husband, and he and Lori were on the trip with us. Lori was on in the Bahamas last week, and Mitch is a physician, and he's like, you know what? I know what we should do. We need to create a Swarovski charm for each of the viruses. Like this coronavirus, we could recreate it like in Swarovski crystal.
Right.
It could be on a charm bracelet. And then there's Ebola, and then he was going through all the different viruses. He goes, they're all so pretty. And he was like pulling up pictures of all these viruses under the microscope. Like, oh my gosh.
He's apparently a perfect match for Jacqueline. Just saying.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. The funniest thing is actually my husband was laughing. He's like, I didn't even know Mitch was on the trip because all you saw was pictures of Jacqueline with all these ladies. He's like, I didn't even know Mitch was there.
I know. Yeah, we didn't get very many pictures of Mitch, did we?
We could always do a charm with a crystal toilet paper roll.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I think it would, there's opportunities to make this fun. Like,
yeah,
like people wearing funny hats to Zoom parties or just something to lighten the mood. Like, I hope that, I'm not super creative like that, but I think it would be cool if people have ideas of like, how can you like bring some lightness and fun to your Zoom parties.
I agree. Funny hat party, dress up your dog party, anything, anything
right.
That's funny, right? Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest outfit, wildest colors, anything. Yep.
This was really good tonight, girls, because I had the news on kind of in the background all day.
Oh,
it starts to get to you after stop watching it because
Mary, I stopped watching the news over 20 years ago. I'm just saying.
I think I should.
I don't know that we're going to hear much different from here on out. I think we've heard, all right, we're all in lockdown. So now our creativity gets to come out, right? And we're going to find ways to connect, and thank God for the internet, and thank God for things like Zoom. Because we're determined to have some fun in the midst of it all, because we can. The last thing I wanted to share with you, there is a lot of discussion at the home office about the Aruba trip. Okay. My expectation is